The white man's happiness cannot be purchased by the black man's misery. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. To suppress free speech is a double wrong. It violates the rights of the hearer as well as those of the speaker. I would unite with anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong. Slaves are generally expected to sing as well as to work. Everybody has asked the question, and they learned to ask it early of the abolitionists, what shall we do with the Negro? I have had but one answer from the beginning. Do nothing with us. Your doing with us has already played the mischief with us. Without a struggle, there can be no progress. I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. People might not get all they work for in this world, but they must certainly work for all they get. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. A little learning, indeed, may be a dangerous thing, but the want of learning is a calamity to any people. I recognize the Republican Party as the sheet anchor of the colored man's political hopes and the ark of his safety. I could, as a free man, look across the bay toward the eastern shore where I was born a slave. Fugitive slaves were rare then, and as a fugitive slave lecturer, I had the advantage of being the first one out. When men sow the wind, it is rational to expect that they will reap the whirlwind. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. A battle lost or won is easily described, understood, and appreciated. But the moral growth of a great nation requires reflection, as well as observation, to appreciate it. It is not light that we need, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. No man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at last finding the other end fastened about his own neck. A gentleman will not insult me, and no man not a gentleman can insult me. Without struggle there is no success. It is easier to build strong men than to repair broken ones. The man who is right is a majority. He who has God and conscience on his side has a majority against the universe. The life of a nation is secure only while the nation is honest, truthful, and virtuous. I had as well be killed running as die standing. The destiny of the colored American is the destiny of America. Freedom is a road seldom traveled by the multitude. A man who will enslave his own blood may not be safely relied on for magnanimity. Some know the value of education by having it. I know its value by not having it. The silver trump of freedom roused in my soul eternal wakefulness. My hopes were never brighter than now. A smile or a tear has not nationality. Joy and sorrow speak alike to all nations, and they, above all the confusion of tongues, proclaim the brotherhood of man. Those who profess to favor freedom, and yet deprecate agitation, are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. Our destiny is largely in our hands. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have the exact measure of the injustice and wrong which will be imposed on them. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument, is needed.